If you're trying to grow your glutes, I'm gonna show you how to do it exactly from the comfort of your house. People always ask me, is the home version just effective as the gym? The answer is absolutely. I got Yuli here. She's gonna be the one doing the workout. I'm gonna be pushing her through the workout, and I hope you guys follow along and try this at home because it's absolutely effective. Let's get it. The first exercise we're gonna be doing is a dumbbell power squat. Yuli's actually one of my stronger clients, so she's using a 60-pound dumbbell, but I advise to use whatever weight is going to challenge you the most. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, what I actually want you to do is lean your torso forward just a little bit more and then squat down. Now, the reason I have her lean her torso forward, because what that does is going to create more hip flexion. So if you notice as she goes down and she leans her torso forward, she can get more stretch in her glutes and bias the glutes. I'm always getting asked, what does this word bias mean? When you do a compound movement like this, you're using your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes, your lower back. It's more than one muscle group being used, but by leaning her torso forward, we're going to engage more of the glutes. And we're just gonna go for 10 reps here. Where you at?
8.
All right, 2 more. 1 more, and 10. Good, perfect, and that's it. Now, after those 10 reps, just relax. We're gonna probably take like a minute, 2-minute break. As far as the rest periods, it all depends on you. Like, you know, if you feel like you need more time, take more time. Simple as that. Okay guys, now we're on our second set. So what I wanna show you guys is we're now adding in a pause rep. So this means she's gonna go down and she's gonna hold it at the bottom. There you go, so just go down, yeah, just go down and hold it right there. 1 second and then come up. The reason we're doing this is because she's pretty strong. We have a heavier dumbbell, which I do believe you should go heavier as the sets progress. But most people, and like yourself, you may not have access to heavier weights. So what you can do to make the exercise harder is add in that pause at the bottom. When you're at the bottom of the squat, that's when you're getting max glute tension. This is when the glutes are stretched. So by adding that, you get more time under tension. So you can take the same exact weight that may feel easy and add that pause, and then it's gonna be much harder. And we're gonna go 10 reps again. See, she's breathing heavier. I know it's harder more.
Yeah.
Good work. All right, now we're on our 4th set. So what we're doing now is using a heavier weight. She's using a 75-pound dumbbell. If you have access to heavier weights, or if you feel like the reps are getting too easy for you, add more weight. This is how you're gonna grow more muscle mass. So we're gonna go 10 reps here. There we go, good. Inhale on your way down, exhale on your way up. So you want to breathe in, now exhale, perfect. Notice her toes as well. She has her toes slightly flared out. What that does is it causes external rotation in her hips, which also add more tension to the glutes. Yeah, let's go. All right, that's exercise number 1. And then she's gonna take about 2-minute rest and we're gonna move on to exercise number 2. Okay, exercise number 2, we're now gonna go into the dumbbell hip thrust. This is the best thing you can do to build your glutes. Now, we're gonna be using the couch. I recommend using any type of elevation you have in the house. I mean, most people have a couch, so you can use a couch. Now, as far as her placement, what I want you to do, lift your hand up real quick. You see she has like her lower traps right here on the edge of the couch. That's about where you want. You don't want them up too high. You want them pretty much at the bottom of your scapula right there. So if she didn't have me, I want you to show them how you will put the dumbbell on your hips, because you have a trainer, but not a lot of people have a trainer. Let's see. Oh, strong girl. Swipe over to this. Yeah, there you go. All right, that's one way. We can do that way. Let's take it off. Here's an easier way. Turn your body to the side a little bit. There you go. Put it there, and then lift it up like that. There you go. That's probably the easiest way to put the dumbbell on your hips. Now, again, we got the lower scapula on the edge of the couch, and then she's gonna thrust her hips up. Boom, right there. Now, her feet, you want them shoulder width apart. I always recommend turning your toes outwards like that. Again, that causes external rotation, more tension in the glutes. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do a full 1/4 rep. So she's gonna go all the way down, all the way up, then she's gonna come halfway down and back up. Let's do that again. All the way down, go a little bit further on the half. A little bit further. So all the way down, all the way up, a little bit more down, and then back up. So we're basically adding a pulse at the end of each rep. So she goes halfway down, back up. And that's gonna equate to 1 rep. Boom, halfway down, back up. These are called a full and a quarter. So she's going a full range of motion, then a quarter of the way. We're gonna do 10 reps like that. Notice that her tempo is not too fast either. It's not like she's going super fast. She's not going super slow, but this is a good enough tempo where we keep consistent tension in the glutes. Good. Perfect. We got 10 reps usually. We're gonna use the honor system here because I'm paying attention to her form. All right, and then the same thing, roll it off to the side and then set it up like that. Good. All right, so we're gonna do 4 sets of that. Again, rest 2 to 3 minutes, whatever you need, and then let's move on. All right, now, a lot of times if you see the first set, we just had the dumbbells straight up on her hips. That's kind of painful for a lot of people. So if you have something like this is just a balance pad that I got off Amazon for, I don't know, $10, maybe 15, whatever. So if you have any type of towel or something you wanna put on your hips, do that so you don't have to feel all the pressure from the dumbbell. So I'm gonna help her out this time. Boom, right there. There we go, good. All right, so this time what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a pause to the top of the hip thrust because I'm gonna show you guys how to make this harder if you don't have a heavier weight. So let's go ahead and get it. We're gonna go down 1, boom, halfway down again, and then hold it. There you go, now go down, halfway, back up, that's 2, good. Down, halfway, that's 3. Notice that 1 second pause that she's adding to the top of the hip thrust. What that does is, again, is it adds more time under tension. So I'm gonna say this again, if you don't have a heavier weight, then you could just do this to make it harder. You don't always have to invest in heavier weights. Just take your time with the weight that you're using. Good, Yuli, that's perfect. Very good, very good. There you go, keep pushing. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Fight through it. Nice, good. All right. Okay, so we're on our last set now. I happen to have a gym inside of my house, so I have heavy dumbbells. But again, if you don't have a heavier dumbbell, revert back to the last set and just take that pause at the top of the hip thrust. But if you do have a heavier dumbbell, use it. The more strong you get, the better and the more muscle you're gonna be able to build. So you wanna push yourself with the weight. You're good. All right, let's go. Boom. Let's get it. So all the way up, halfway, that's 1, good. Full, then quarter, that's 2. Full, quarter, 3, good. Slow it down a little bit, Yuli. Good. 4, nice. That's it. 5, there you go. That's a solid hip thrust right there. 6, 7, good. 8, that's it. 2 more. 9, 1 more. And squeeze, perfect, got it. Good job, good job, good job. All right, we're done with exercise number 2. The glutes got a pump already, man. You guys telling you, working out from home, it works. Now we're moving into exercise number 3, dumbbell RDLs. This exercise probably performed incorrectly the most, so I'm gonna try to show you guys how to do it properly as she performs these reps. So let's go ahead and knock them out. We got 12 reps. Now, the main thing to focus on is instead of thinking up and down, think back and forth. You're basically doing a vertical hip thrust. Like when you do a hip thrust, you know what it looks like. So we're basically standing up straight and doing a hip thrust. So she's pushing her hips back. And as she pushes her hips back, look at this soft bend she has in her knee. What that does is it disengages her hamstrings and allows more tension to go to the glutes. Another key mistake a lot of people make is when they do this, they let the dumbbells come way too far in front of them. Look, they're very close to her shin. They're almost grazing her leg. We want to keep it right there because we're focusing on pushing the hips back, not just dropping the weight down. And she's also going to stop the dumbbell about mid-shin. If you go any lower than that, you're going to add more tension to your lower back, and you're also going to add more hamstrings. And we want to keep all the focus in the glutes. Good, Yuli. Nice. Good job, good job. I see a little sweat there. Oh, wait, yeah, let's go. But guys, the key is just making sure you perform these exercises correctly. If you feel like you can't grow your glutes at home, it's probably something you are doing wrong because as you see, all you need is a set of dumbbells and some bands, and we're gonna show you the band exercises soon. So now we're on our 4th set, guys. And like I said, for all the other exercises, if you don't have a heavier weight, I'm gonna show you how to intensify it. And it's pretty straightforward. You see what she's doing? And when she went down here, she paused at the bottom. Why pause at the bottom? Because when you pause at the bottom, that's when the glutes are max stretch. This is basically the best part of this exercise is stretching the glutes. So by doing that, again, we're gonna add more time under tension and then we're gonna come up. So it's not fast. Look, she's slowing it down, about a 1 second pause and then coming up. So I know not everybody has access to heavier weights, but there's always a way that you can change the motion in order to incorporate more tension. And this is how you can do it with an RDL. There you go, Yuli, keep it up. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Nice, good job. Let's get it. Okay guys, now we're moving on to our 4th exercise, a dumbbell step up. Ideally, what you always wanna have is this, any type of elevation close to proximity of where your knee is. So that height of your knee should be technically where you should put the elevation. Now, we're in my house. I don't have a lot of gym equipment in the house. So we're gonna use this little thing here as a step up. So she's gonna first step up. Now, another thing that I want you can go ahead and knock out the reps, Yuli, is that she's holding the dumbbell in her right hand as her left leg is stepped up. Now the leg that's elevated, that's gonna be the leg that receives majority of the tension. This back foot, this straight, this touching the ground, is only used for support and balance. The tension is all gonna come from this glute. So what she's doing is she's leaning her torso forward, which again, as I was explaining earlier, is gonna create more glute tension because of the hip flexion. It's pushing the glutes down in a diagonal-like angle and stretching them better. There we go, we got 12 reps on each leg. Notice she's taking her time. She's not moving too fast. Good tempo here. Nice, good. Perfect. Boom. There we go. Now, she's a little out of breath, which is good. I want people to know that it's okay to take a 10 to 20 second break, if more, in between each leg. This is a single leg exercise. So that means that you have to do essentially the exercise again on the opposite leg. And that can cause a lot of cardio, like you're gonna be breathing heavy. We want to maximize your strength. So instead of you just jumping to the next leg, give yourself a short break so you can catch your breath and we don't turn this into a cardio routine and keep it a strength routine. So now she has her right leg up and she's gonna be holding the dumbbell in her left hand now. Again, leaning that torso slightly forward, trying to keep that back leg straight as she possibly can and pressing off of this foot. We want all of the tension to be pressed off this whole foot so we drive more force into that right glute. Good. Nice. Build those cheeks, guys. This has done.
Good.
Nice. Okay, we're gonna do a total of 4 sets. That was set number 1. Now we're gonna be doing our last set here. This is our 4th set. The glutes are pumped already, and that's what we want. So let's go ahead and knock them out. Let's show them how it's done, Yuli. So she's gonna breathe in on her way down and exhale on her way up. Why? Because on the way down, you're going with gravity. On the way up, you're going against. So you wanna, like that, there you go. Breathe in, then push up. Perfect. Nice. Good, good, good. Keep pushing. And I'm gonna keep talking about mind-muscle connection. This is very important. The whole body is connected. Your mind and your muscles are very connected. So even though it's burning, just try to think about the glutes. Put your mind into building your glutes and think about the glutes stretching and squeezing. And I promise you're gonna feel more of a burn. All right, here we go. Good. 9, there you go. Keep it going, doing good, doing good. There we go. 10, 2 more. 11, last one, last one. Nice. Woo! Moving on now to our 5th exercise, we're gonna be doing these dumbbell deficit reverse lunges. Now, we're gonna be using the stairway because it creates a deficit. Now, if you don't have stairs inside your home or wherever else you live, you can use any source of elevation. It could be a set of books, maybe. You can stack some books up or anything that you have that elevates your front foot. Because what we're gonna be doing here is we're gonna do a reverse lunge. So I want you to go ahead and show them a reverse lunge. And she's gonna try to get her knee nice and low. The lower that she gets her knee, the more stretch she's gonna get in that glute. Now, what I want you to do, Yuli, is I want you to take a bigger step for me. Take an even bigger step and lean that torso forward. Good, so when she takes a bigger step and she leans her torso more forward, she's gonna be able to stretch more of her glutes, and that's what we want. We want to get that big stretch in there. There you go, that's a deep, deep deficit too. Look how deep that deficit is. Now, of course, you're gonna get some quads in this. This is not all glutes, guys. This is quads, again, hamstrings and glutes. But again, we want to try to bias the quads. And how do we bias the quads? We change the form of the exercise by leaning that torso forward and trying to get more hip flexion that way. Good, perfect.
Done.
You get both sides?
No.
Okay.
The one side done.
Okay, one side is done. Now, I like to use the honor system when I'm coaching because you see, I'm paying attention to form. I can't count reps at the same time, so I have to trust in these people to actually do what I tell them to do. You know, you do less reps, you're only cheating yourself, not me. So here we go, let's knock it out. So we're gonna go now into the next exercise. The next set, other leg. We're going now into the other leg where she's gonna, again, utilize that deficit, get that back knee super low. Perfect, good. That's it. And again, I'm gonna teach you guys that you always wanna breathe in when you're going with gravity. So as she goes down, she breathes in, and she breathes out when she pushes up. So breathe in, breathe out. Good, that's key. And again, the leg that's held up, you see that her left leg is up, so she's gonna hold the dumbbell in her right hand. Good, nice, good job. Those are tough, right? Those are tough.
And without breakfast.
You know what, like, you're not starving.
No, I was starving last night and I was like, I'm gonna fast.
Oh, you fasted? Oh man, yeah, that's different. You know what's funny is I've taught my daughter not to say the word starving. Because I'm like, you're not starving, you're just hungry. Starving is on the brink of death. Like, children that are starving are different.
Yeah.
So she remembers that, and every time I get hungry and I say, man, I'm starving, she'd be like, you're not starving. You're not starving. I'm like, Dad, you got me, you're right, you're not starving. It's all mental. Like, that's why now when I feel like that, I start thinking about like scientifically what's happening, and it kind of calms me down. Like, no, this is not that deep. It's not starvation. We don't know starvation. Like, that's another. All right, here we go. Okay, now we're gonna be doing a pause rep at the bottom. Again, I'm gonna keep showing you guys a way that you can make this exercise more difficult if you don't have heavier weights. So as she goes down, she's now gonna hold it at the bottom. Look, she takes that 1 second pause and then comes up. This is gonna make this significantly more challenging, but that's what you want. Or, you know, if you just wanna make the workout harder all along together, you can do this for every single set. So all the way down, holding it, boom, coming straight up. Good. Fight through it, Yuli. I know it's burning. Come on, we wanna get those glutes pumped. We're really showing them how it's done. Good, good, good. That's it, that's it. Stay strong, fight through it. Perfect. That's it, that's it. Nice, nice, and rest it out. Again, I'm gonna keep saying the same things over and over so you guys can understand that you don't always have to rush to the next leg. She's taking this very needed break before she switches legs, because if she would've just jumped to the next one, she'll be so out of breath. Not only would her muscles be fatigued, but she would just be breathing harder than she needs to be. So we want to keep it strength-based and not cardio-based as much as we can. Good. All right, here we go. Last one. Let's make it the best one. Let's fight for it. Let's fight for it. It's not meant to be easy, guys. So a lot of you guys give up when you feel the burn. That's your problem. You got to stop giving up every time you feel like it's challenging. You can do more. Your body can take so much more than you think. You gotta build your mind up. The mental threshold has to increase. Once your mental threshold increases, your physical threshold will increase. So you just gotta get your mental toughness together. Stop giving up so easily. You want nice glutes? You want glutes like Yuli? Train like her. Let's work. Good, good. Easy, right?
Super easy.
Easy. Okay, now we're moving into exercise number 6, these bedded fire hydrants. There's a couple cues that I really want you guys to pay close attention to. The first cue is the placement of your knees. Now you want your knees shoulder width apart. Right now they're really close together, so you want to bring them shoulder width apart. Now another cue that I think is very important is to push your hips back a little bit. So where your knees are, they're gonna come up to pretty much where your belly button is, or like right below it. What that does is it kind of enables, disengages your erectors here, because a lot of people feel back pain when they do this. So that's because they have their hips all the way up here and they're trying to abduct their leg out. So by pushing your hips back a little bit more, you're not gonna feel so much tension in these erectors here. Now, optional, you can choose what you like. You can either go down on your elbows, so go down on your elbows, which I think is better because just by her doing that, she now is gonna have more tension in her glutes versus being up straight like that, where she's probably gonna have more tension in her lower back. So let's try to go down on the elbows. But again, do what feels best for you. Not everything is one size fits all. You gotta see what's best for you. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this leg here. So I want you to take your right leg and I want you to abduct it all the way out to the side. So try to keep it directly to the side of me and push it straight out. Perfect, just like that. We're gonna do 15 reps. Nice. We have the band placed right above her knees and she's abducting all the way out for 15 reps, as much as she can. We want to try to stretch that band all the way out. Good. This is really good for those outer glutes here. Try to hit that gluteus medius as much as we can. Normally you could do this in the gym on a hip abduction machine and you have much more weight, but here we don't. So we're gonna be using the band. Now we're gonna hit the other side. 15 reps. Here we go. 1, good. 2, 3, all the way out, Yuli, come on. 4, there you go. 5, 6, push out. 7, that's it. 8, 9, 10, good, 5 more. That's it, keep pushing. 3, come on. 2, 1 more. 1, nice, good. Okay, so we're using these bands and they look easy. People think banded exercises are easy. They burn. They burn if you do it correctly. And that's the key, is doing it correctly. So we're gonna now go into our second set. Now with this particular one, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have her add a pause to the hardest part of the motion, which is that furthest point out of the abduction. Why am I doing that? Because let's just say you don't have heavy weights at home and you have a band that feels too easy for you. Here's a way that you can make it harder. So let's start with this leg. There you go, then in. Perfect, all the way in, and then come 1 second, all the way in. No, you don't have to do a pulse. I just want you to go here and hold it, and then in, there you go. So we're just holding it to the outside for 1 second. So 1, and then drop all the way in. 1 second, good. Perfect. There you go, keep pushing, keep pushing. These abduction exercises are great for building that shelf, ladies. A lot of you guys want your glutes to sit higher. This is one of the best exercises you can do. Good, and this is hard for her right now, just so you guys know. She's being a champion, but she's hurting. Nice, good, there you go. Good, good, good. At least you guys get to see, you know, it's a real workout. I'm always gonna ask if my home program is easy or effective, so them seeing this is proof in the pudding. All right, here we go, other side. Perfect. That's it. Another thing too, keep going, Yuli, you're doing great, is notice how she's going directly out to the side. Sometimes people, what they do is they kind of push their leg out to the back here and they kind of do like this kickback. Make sure that you're coming directly to the side. Even though it's harder, it's okay. That's what you want to focus on. Good, Yuli. That's it. Getting it done, getting it done, getting it done. Nice. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Fire, 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 fire. Nice. Okay, we're gonna complete a total of 3 sets of that, and then we're gonna move on to our next exercise. So now we're gonna be doing these banded clamshells. This is gonna be our final exercise, and it's very similar to the fire hydrants because we are trying to get more abduction as we can and hit those upper glutes. So what she's doing, she's laying flat on her side. Notice this, she has one hand planted here, which is gonna give her support, and then she's up on her elbow on the opposite side. Now, this is optional. If you like to lay down flat, go ahead and lay down flat. If you wanna lay down flat like that, you can do it that way. Personally, from my personal preference, this is talking about me personally, if I do this exercise, I like to be up on the elbow because I feel like it gives me more leverage to be able to push out this band harder. Now we want these feet pretty much placed on top of each other, and this is the point where we're gonna be pushing up. So I want you to push up high as you can, good, just like that. And we're gonna do this for 15 reps. So she's trying to abduct this right leg up as much as she can. There you go, good, Yuli. And we're gonna go 15 reps. Perfect. We're at the end of our exercise, end of our workout, so that's why we're adding more volume. That's why I got these fire hydrants and banded clamshells, because we're just trying to finish off with volume to really get that maximum exhaustion to the muscle. Good, keep pushing, keep pushing. Nice, nice. All right, now flip. So, same exact thing. Look, elbow up, one hand planted, feet on top of each other, and then let's push it up. Now you wanna keep this here, and there you go, push up. Perfect. 2, 3, good, 4. You guys can't see her face from this way, but she's in pain. Good, there you go. Nice, come on. 15, Kingsay, let's go. Nice, come on, come on. Build those glutes, perfect, perfect. All right, set number 1 of 3 done. See you soon. All right, so now we're into our last set. What I'm gonna do again is show you how to make this exercise harder if the band for you at home is too easy. And I'm pretty sure you can guess what I'm about to say. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go all the way up, and we're gonna do that 1 second hold again. There you go, 1. There you go. And look how she's letting it down slower too, I like that. On the eccentric, she's bringing it in a little bit slower. That's also another great way to add more time under tension, is by not just letting it flap down, but controlling it on the way in. You pretty much double up the tension that way. Nice, Yuli, that's perfect, good. Keep pushing, you got this. We're right here at the finish line. Let's finish strong. I always say the last set, the best set. There you go, good, good, good. Nice. Good. Perfect. There we go, stay strong. Nice, nice. All right, let's finish them off. Let's show them. You say what?
The other side.
Other side, of course. You want to walk around with one glute popping, the other one flat. All right, let's do it, let's do it. Here we go. Keep that same tempo you did. That was really good. 1, 2, good. 3, 4, that's it. 5, good. 6, come on. 7, you got this. Stay strong. 8, 9, keep it going, keep it going. 10, there you go. 11, breathe in on the way down, exhale on the way up. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more.
I'm shaking.
And that is a perfect segue, guys. She's shaking, she's done. This is a home routine that you can do from the comfort of your home. You could actually do this in the gym setting, to be honest, because the gym has dumbbells. So if you guys want to see more videos like this, subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be loading gym routines, home routines, tips, nutrition, all you can think of. And if you want to join my program, you already know what to do. Click the link below and let's get it.